Hi there. Today I'm going to be showing you how to create a failover cluster. In the last couple activities that weren't recorded, I went ahead and already installed the failover clustering feature, and then I validated the cluster configuration just to make sure everything was being able to be communicated and all the configurations needed for the cluster were in place. So what we're going to do is we have the failover cluster manager open right now, and we're going to go ahead and go here to the right and click on Create Cluster. Okay, and it's got the before you begin. I've already read that. So we're going to go ahead and get the servers that we're going to add, which is 412, server 2. Going to add that. And then we're going to do 412 server 3. All right, those are both on there. And then we're going to go ahead and click Next. All right, and the name of the cluster, we're going to call it Failover 1. And click here to type an address. We're going to do 10.12.1.150. And then we're going to go ahead and go to Next. And it's got the confirmation window, it's got the name of our cluster, the two nodes we're going to use for the cluster, and the IP address of the cluster. Alright, and it's going to go ahead through and create that new cluster. Alright, and thankfully we do not have any errors reported for this cluster, so we're going to go ahead and go on here in just a sec. Alright, we're going to go ahead and finish. And our next step is going to go ahead and review the cluster configuration of what we just made. All right, we're looking at the summary of the cluster here. We got the name, failover1.412.1.local. Its current host server is server 3. It's got one IPv4 subnet and none IPv6, and no cluster events in the last hour. Okay, we're going to expand the cluster here, and then we're going to go click on nodes, and it'll show us the servers and their status. Both of them are up. As we can see that there, get a little more information here. Tells you the memory, the processors, which is mirroring the processor of my computer, CPU usage, and all that good stuff. Okay, and we're going to go ahead and go back here in the left pane. We're going to expand storage and then click on disks. And it shows us the disks available for this cluster. These are ones I created. Alright, now we're going to go ahead and bring that back up and then click on networks and check out the networks here. And this was spoke about in the previous activity. We only show one cluster network here because we only have one network interface set up. But usually when you're doing this in the real world, you would have at least two NICs set up just in case something happens. So we're going to go ahead and close Failover Cluster Manager here, and close Server Manager, and then we're going to pop over to 412 Server 1. get it brought back up because it's been a bit. Alright, so when we get into here, we're going to go ahead and open up Active Directory users and computers by going into Server Manager, Tools, Active Directory users and computers. And then once this comes up, we're going to go ahead and click on the computers folder here. And as you can see our two servers, our Windows 8 machine, and our failover is set as a computer as well. And now we're going to go ahead and open up DNS Manager. And we're going to look at the dom1.local zone. And we want to make sure that they created a failover 1 record. And right here is our host A failover 1 record, and data shows the IP and when it was created. Alrighty, well that concludes my video on creating a failover cluster. I hope you found it educational, I hope you learned something, and I hope you have yourself a great day.